morning I wanted to do a little get ready with me video, and so I'm going to show you how I do my hair, makeup, and skincare. For just a casual Sunday. I am doing my hair just naturally today. I've been trying to learn how to do my hair naturally. I do have wavy hair. This is kind of like my wavy hair routine. With that, let's get started. Okay, so I just got out of the shower and I brushed my hair first. Since I put my hair in a towel after I got out of the shower, I just got it a little more wet. This way the curls can actually get their curl definition back. For my hair, I'm going to be using a curl activator and then some mousse. So we're going to start off with the curl activator. I'm going to do about like 2 pumps in my hands and then spread it throughout my hair gently. Just again, I don't want to break up any of the curls. I added highlights to my hair recently, and I think the lighter shades and tones kind of highlight the definition in my curls, and so it kind of just makes them a little more visible as opposed to when I have my natural hair, because my natural hair is so dark that any sort of curl just gets lost in the color of it. So now that that's in, we're going to go in with some mousse, and this is where you can kind of start to scrunch your hair and separate some of the curls a little bit more. I'm going to do a good amount, so kind of just like my entire palm. This is when you're trying to cast over the curl, and so you're kind of just trying to hold the curl in place. Like I said, since I've been starting to learn how to do my curls, I actually have been looking to YouTube videos, and so I can link down below some of the ones that I've been watching. So the next 2 products you don't need to use. I just use them because I want my hair to have some more volume. These 2 Color Wow products, the first one is Raise the Root, and the second one is Extra Large Bombshell Volumizer. I do just 2-3 pumps into my roots. Next is the fun part, but also the very tedious part, and so what we're going to do is just blow dry our hair. At this point, you know, you could just let your hair air dry, but since I have work in a bit, and just because I always find they look a little bit more defined when I use a blow dryer, I'm just going to use a blow dryer with a diffuser just to kind of define my curls a little more. So when you're starting off, you don't want to do any heat, and also do just a low setting. That way your curls can actually naturally set and they're not just like being totally deformed as soon as you blow dry them and kind of blow them away. Okay, now that my hair is a little bit drier, I'm going to go ahead and bump up the speed and the heat on the blow dryer. My hair is about 80% dry now, which is good for me. If you don't like your hair being frizzy, then just lower the heat for a bit. I like my hair being a little bit frizzy because I don't know what it was, my haircut or something. I felt like my hair didn't have as much volume recently, and so I like a little bit of poof with it just because it gives it that volume. Next though, we're going to do our skincare routine. Okay, so I just washed my face, and I used to have a really elaborate skincare routine, but now it truly is just like a CeraVe, just a really simple face wash and then a moisturizer. I do use the Tatcha water cream, and this is one of those products that every time I buy it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just have to remind myself that it's a really good skincare product. It does last you so long though. I got this in December and there's still a really good amount in here. Like I said, since I keep my skincare super simple, I have my face wash, my moisturizer. Every few nights I'll use like a little toner pad. So these are the Elemis pads. I only do these at night though. And then I actually just added in some Rhode skincare. I use the Barrier Restore cream at night just because it's a little thicker, and so it kind of soaks into the skin well overnight. And then the peptide glazing fluid I use during the day or in the morning. I only ever really use these products though when my skin is feeling pretty dry and when it needs that kind of extra moisture. Both of them I found are really good under makeup though, and so if I'm ever having a night where I'm doing a little more makeup, dressing up a little more, I always use these just as kind of a nice base to prep my skin. When I got out of the shower today, my skin did just kind of have that kind of pull feeling when it's dry, and I kind of use it as like an extra moisturizer. Only other thing for skincare is just something for my lips. Now that that's on, we're all ready to start some makeup. Usually on light makeup days like today when I'm just doing a casual look, I use a lot of products that I can just apply with my hand. We're going to start off though with our eyebrow. I always rotate between some different eyebrow products. Today though, I think I'm going to use some Glossier products. Since it's a light makeup look, I don't want my eyebrows to be super dark and thick compared to the rest of my face, and so I just do a little bit of a tint. And then the brow flick I really only use to fill in some spaces in the front of my eyebrow. As you can see, the product comes out kind of dark just because obviously I need a dark one to match my hair. And so since I don't want it to be so apparent, when it's still wet, I kind of just like press my finger over it just to take away some of that harshness. As you can see on my fingers, some of the excess product kind of just gets removed when you do that. Next is just a little bit of concealer to cover up some red spots. Next is just a little bit of blush, and I always put it on the back of my hand first. Even though I just said I don't use makeup brushes for casual makeup, this is probably the only brush I'll use today. Next is a little bit of eyeliner, and I always kind of go back and forth on how I like my eyeliner. I will say I've been using this one a lot. This one's a brush tip liquid liner, and I found that the brush can get super thin, which is how I like my eyeliner. Okay, like I said, just a very thin eyeliner. And next we're going to go in with some mascara, so I'm going to curl my eyelashes. That pretty much completes the face look, so I'm going to spray some setting spray, just mainly for that blush so that it stays intact. Okay, now this step might seem a little wasteful, but I'm actually going to wipe off the Carmex that I put on my lip. I kind of just wanted to prep my lips and make them soft, but I don't want to have it on my lips when I'm putting that lip product on. If I were doing a full face of makeup, I would usually use like a makeup wipe for that step, just because I usually get like foundation or any sort of concealer on my lips. Today, since it's a casual look, I'm just gonna put on some lip liner. This is Huda Beauty in Terracotta, and then just an e.l.f. lip oil. I am pretty bad about biting my lips and just kind of like messing up my lipstick, and so that's why I really focus on my lip liner, because my lip liner lasts really long. My lipstick does not stand a chance. Okay, and our final step before we can head out the door is just some perfume. This one's the Glossier perfume. It's the original scent. I always get compliments on this. In the time it took me to do my makeup, my hair is about 95% of the way dry now. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm headed out the door now, but this was my everyday hair, skin, and makeup routine.